In a world of noise and distraction, there is one place where wisdom still whispers, where voices of greatness echo through time. Welcome to the Motivational Library. Success doesn't chase people who sit still. It moves toward those who choose to lead themselves first. Let that sink in. Every goal you desire, every dream you're pursuing, none of it starts with luck. None of it depends on talent. And it definitely doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It all begins with you. Your mindset, your habits, your standards, and the choices you make when no one is watching. Most people want a better life, but very few take ownership of their life. They hesitate. They complain. They wait for someone else to make the first move. But here's the shift that changes everything. You are the driver, not the passenger. This audiobook isn't about hype or empty motivation. It's not about shortcuts or quick wins. It is a step-by-step transformation, designed to help you take control of your discipline, sharpen your focus, strengthen your actions, and build relentless forward momentum. If you feel stuck, lost, or behind, this is your reset button. This is where direction returns, clarity sharpens, and confidence rebuilds. Because when you start leading yourself with consistency and purpose, success doesn't come and go. It follows you. It aligns with you. It becomes inevitable. Take a breath, settle in. Your transformation starts now. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Claim your decisions, shape your direction. There comes a moment in every person's life when something shifts. A moment when they get tired of waiting, tired of drifting, tired of handing their future to chance. When that moment arrives, a powerful change begins inside them. They stop expecting the world to guide them, and they start guiding themselves. Most people talk about success as if it arrives suddenly or depends on something outside their control. Luck, timing, motivation. But success is not an accident. Success grows from the choices a person makes and the choices they refuse to make. The truth is simple. Your decisions are steering your life, whether you claim them or not. Many people want progress, yet they avoid taking ownership of their direction. They wait for a better day, a clearer sign, or a stronger feeling. But progress doesn't begin someday. Progress begins the moment you say, I choose my direction today, not next week, not when life feels easier. Today. Every day carries the weight of a decision. Every day asks you a quiet but powerful question. Who is in charge of your life? Your answer is never found in your words. It's found in your choices. People underestimate how much their daily decisions shape their energy, their relationships, their habits, their confidence, and their future. If you look closely at your life today, you'll see the shape of yesterday's decisions, and the direction you want tomorrow is being built by the choices you make right now. But this truth is not pressure, it's freedom. When a person understands this, excuses lose their strength. They stop waiting for clarity and begin creating clarity. They stop waiting for direction and begin giving themselves direction. This is where self-leadership is born. When you claim your decisions, you reclaim your power. You stop being pulled by fear, emotions, or old habits. You stop living for comfort and start living for growth. You begin choosing actions that match your values, not your impulses. That takes strength. That takes discipline. But nothing gives you more freedom than choosing your direction with intention. Many people say they want to feel stronger, more focused, more confident. But confidence isn't something you wait for. Confidence begins the moment you say, this is the decision I'm making because it aligns with the life I want. When you choose like that, deliberately, honestly, courageously, confusion disappears. You stop wondering why nothing changes because you start becoming the reason things change. Decision is the first form of leadership, and all leadership begins with the self. Once a person takes ownership of their direction, they feel a new kind of responsibility, not the heavy kind that weighs them down, but the empowering kind that lifts them up. Direction gives a person energy. Direction gives a person purpose. Direction gives a person the strength to stay consistent even when motivation is low. Because now they are not following feelings, they are following decisions. Life becomes clearer. The inner conflict quiets. You stop feeling torn between distraction and desire. You stop watching others move forward while you stand still. You begin saying yes to what builds you and no to what weakens you. You choose habits that lift you, conversations that protect your peace, and actions that support your growth, even when they require effort. That is self-leadership. You don't need perfect knowledge to choose your direction. You only need honesty. When you sit with yourself and ask, "What direction am I choosing today?" you gain more wisdom than any distraction could ever give you. Honesty removes denial. Honesty removes confusion. Honesty shows you exactly where you stand and exactly where you want to go. And once you choose your direction, you must protect it. Old habits will try to pull you back. People may question your changes. Distractions will try to steal your focus. But the person who protects their direction becomes stronger each day. They stop talking about progress and start living it. They feel grounded, purposeful, and steady. Claiming your decisions is not a one-time event. It is a daily commitment. Every morning is another chance to lead your life. Every evening is another chance to evaluate your progress. Every moment is another opportunity to choose what supports your growth. You become powerful not because life becomes easier, but because you become more intentional with your choices. You stop reacting blindly and start acting deliberately. You stop drifting and start directing. You stop making excuses and start making effort. No mentor, friend, or teacher can choose your direction for you. They can guide you, but the final decision will always be yours. And that decision builds your character. That decision shapes your future. That decision creates self-respect, the kind that strengthens every part of your life. Claiming your decisions changes how you view mistakes. You stop hiding from them. You stop fearing them. You adjust, you learn, you grow. A wrong decision doesn't ruin you. Refusing to change it does. Every growth spurt begins with one honest choice. Every breakthrough begins with one moment of courage. When you finally embrace that, something inside you becomes steady. You start trusting yourself. Your decisions become clearer, stronger, more aligned with who you want to become. A person who leads themselves well becomes someone others trust, respect, and follow. Not because they try to impress anyone, but because their consistency inspires, their clarity influences, their discipline encourages. Their direction speaks louder than words. Their life becomes meaningful, productive, and powerful. Their progress becomes visible, and soon they notice something remarkable. Success starts to follow them, not by accident, but by alignment. Not by luck, but by leadership. Not by chance, but by choice. This is the foundation. Claim your decisions, shape your direction, lead your life, and success will follow. Chapter 2. Improve your mornings to strengthen your discipline. Every morning is a beginning, a reset, a silent moment that shapes the strength you carry into the rest of the day. Most people underestimate this. They wake up late, rush through tasks, and begin the day already tired, already overwhelmed, already behind. And then they wonder why discipline feels impossible, why they feel scattered before the morning is even over. But the truth is simple and powerful. Your morning is the foundation of your discipline. When you take control of the first hour of your day, you take control of the day itself. And when you take control of your day, you take control of your life. There is something transformative about waking up with intention, not with pressure, not with chaos, but with a calm, clear, steady start that tells your mind, "I am leading today." A good morning routine doesn't need to be complicated. It only needs to be consistent. Because consistency trains discipline, and discipline strengthens every area of your life. When you do something each morning, especially on the days you don't feel like it, you develop the skill of following through. That skill carries into your work, your goals, your health, your relationships, and most importantly, your self-respect. Because when you follow through in the morning, you begin to trust yourself. A strong morning begins with space, not waking up so early that it feels forced, and not waking up so late that it creates panic. Just enough space to breathe, to think, to begin your day with intention instead of reaction. When you rise early enough to meet the day on your terms, you feel prepared. You feel grounded. You feel in control. Discipline begins with control over your morning. Another powerful step is taking a moment to collect your thoughts. Many people reach for their phone the second they open their eyes. Before they even sit up, they've given their attention away. But a person who sits quietly, even for a minute, gains clarity. It doesn't have to be deep reflection. Just a simple check-in with yourself. How do I feel? Where is my mind? What do I need today? This small awareness helps you guide your day rather than letting your emotions guide you. Movement is another essential part of a disciplined morning. Not intense workouts or pressure-filled routines. Just simple movement that wakes up your body with care. Stretch, walk, breathe deeply. Movement lifts your energy, sharpens your thinking, and signals to your mind that your health matters. And when you prioritize your well-being, discipline becomes stronger because you start valuing what supports your long-term growth. A disciplined morning also includes attention to your environment. Clutter creates stress. Disorder drains focus. But a few minutes spent organizing your space gives you a sense of order and calm. A steady environment builds a steady mind, and a steady mind produces stronger actions. Another powerful habit, intentional planning. Not a long, overwhelming list. Just a few important tasks that deserve your energy. When you choose what matters most early in the day, you direct your mind instead of letting distractions direct you. This removes confusion. It reduces anxiety. It builds emotional stability. Even your self-talk in the morning matters. The way you speak to yourself sets the emotional temperature for the entire day. If you start your morning with negativity, discipline becomes a struggle. But if you speak to yourself with honesty and encouragement, you strengthen your inner foundation. You don't need dramatic affirmations, just simple truth. You are capable. You can handle today. You can grow. Predictable, positive mornings build discipline. Your brain resists less when it knows what to expect. Over time, routines turn into habits, and habits turn into progress. People with strong morning routines don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure. Structure carries them through days when they're tired, stressed, or unmotivated. Structure keeps them aligned with their goals even when life feels heavy. Improving your mornings isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Some mornings will be messy. Some mornings you'll wake up late or feel overwhelmed. That's normal. What matters is how quickly you return to your routine. Returning quickly builds discipline. It teaches you not to abandon yourself just because the day starts imperfectly. It teaches you commitment. People who strengthen their discipline through their morning routines feel more balanced, more confident, more productive. They experience less stress because they've already built structure into their day. A strong morning influences everything. Your mindset, your emotions, your decisions, your patience, your focus. It teaches you to slow down when needed, to notice your thoughts, to adjust your habits, to grow steadily instead of chaotically. Discipline is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built in small, repeated actions, and morning is the best time to practice those actions because morning is the first opportunity the day gives you to lead yourself. Each sunrise hands you a fresh chance, a chance to choose order over chaos, effort over excuses, growth over comfort. And with time, you will notice how much your mornings change you, how much stronger you feel, how much more capable you become, how much more you trust yourself. A strong morning routine strengthens your discipline, and that discipline shapes everything else. Your relationships, your career, your health, your personal growth, your entire direction. When you choose to improve your mornings, you are not just adjusting a schedule, you are adjusting your path, you are shaping your future, you are becoming the version of yourself that leads your life with clarity and strength. Because discipline is built in the small moments, and those small moments create a powerful life. Chapter 3. Choose honest effort to guide your personal growth. Growth doesn't begin with talent, luck, or perfect circumstances. It begins with honest effort. The kind of effort that comes from a quiet decision inside you, not pressure from the world outside. Honest effort isn't about doing your best only when someone is watching. It's about doing your best because you decided you're done living below your potential. This is the effort that comes from a sincere desire to grow, from taking responsibility instead of waiting for life to magically improve, from choosing actions that match the future you want, not the excuses that match your comfort. Most people say they want to grow, but very few are willing to face the truth that growth demands. They want results without responsibility, progress without patience, change without commitment. But growth does not appear through avoidance. Growth appears through truth, the truth about what you are doing and the truth about what you are refusing to do. Honest effort is not perfection. It is accurate self-awareness. It is the courage to say, I need to do better, without attacking yourself, and the maturity to act on that realization. You cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot rise while hiding from your own patterns. Honest effort begins the moment you stop turning away from your weaknesses and start strengthening them, one small step at a time. It begins when you say, I am ready to put in the effort that matches my goals. Personal growth requires intention, clear direction, real commitment. Half effort cannot carry you. Pretending cannot transform you. But the moment you push yourself with sincerity, you begin to see slow, steady shifts in your thoughts, your habits, and the way you face challenges. Honest effort builds discipline. It builds confidence. It builds a quiet pride that comes from knowing, I'm actually trying. A person choosing honest effort stops comparing their journey to others. They understand that growth is personal, not competitive. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Growth becomes real when you stop trying to impress the world and start trying to improve yourself. Honest effort requires patience. Most people quit too soon because results don't come fast enough. But personal growth doesn't respond to impatience. It responds to consistency. Honest effort teaches you to stay when it's boring, continue when it's slow, and persist when nothing seems to be changing. Because change is happening, just not loudly. You learn to trust the process instead of chasing instant results. One of the most powerful parts of honest effort is showing up on the hard days. Anyone can grow when life feels light, but real strength is built on the days when you're tired, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. Those are the days that shape your identity. Honest effort also means honoring your commitments, even when your motivation fades. It means doing what you said you would do, because your word matters. This small discipline becomes the foundation that carries you through every challenge. It also requires facing the parts of yourself you've avoided. Many people improve the areas they already feel comfortable with, but the areas they ignore are the ones holding them back. Growth requires balance. It requires confronting the habits that drain your confidence, the behaviors that limit your progress, the reactions that build unnecessary stress. When you face these honestly, you free yourself from the weight of denial. You begin to build a life that feels lighter because it's rooted in truth. Honest effort leads to self-discovery. You learn what genuinely motivates you. You understand your patterns. You see clearly how you function. Growth becomes meaningful because it's connected to self-awareness, not confusion. Emotionally, honest effort strengthens you. It teaches you to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it, to respond instead of react, to stay calm instead of collapsing into fear. You slowly detach from old habits and begin acting from your values, not your impulses. And as you grow internally, your relationships improve externally. People trust sincerity. They trust consistency. They trust the version of you that shows up for real. Honest effort helps you build relationships rooted in truth, not performance. Personal growth doesn't demand massive changes. It demands small steps taken with intention. Each moment of honest effort strengthens your identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who tries, someone who grows, someone who moves forward no matter what. This identity becomes your anchor whenever life feels heavy. A person who chooses honest effort does not depend on motivation. They depend on commitment. They understand that growth comes from repeated actions, not rare moments of inspiration. This mindset frees you from waiting for the right time. The right time is whenever you choose to begin. As you stay consistent, something powerful happens. You trust yourself more. You feel more grounded. You stop living in avoidance and start living with purpose. Honest effort builds a strong inner foundation, one that supports your goals, strengthens your well-being, and shapes your future. Growth becomes something you earn, not something you hope for. And when you earn it through sincerity, it stays with you. It becomes part of your character, part of your identity, part of your strength. This is the path to real growth, choosing honest effort, owning your development, and showing up with sincerity every single day. Growth becomes possible the moment you give what is real, not what is convenient. Honest effort guides your journey and shapes the person you are becoming. Chapter 4. Build steady habits to support your inner stability. Inner stability is not something life gives you. It is something you build, slowly, intentionally, through steady habits that hold you together on calm days, and even more on the difficult ones. Stability doesn't appear when your problems disappear. Stability appears when your habits become stronger than your circumstances. It is built through daily actions that strengthen your mind, your emotions, and your sense of control. When you create steady habits, you create a structure that protects your peace, supports your clarity, and keeps you grounded even when everything around you feels unpredictable. Most people want to feel stable, but they depend on motivation, moods, or perfect timing. Stability does not come from emotion. It comes from consistency, from simple actions repeated every day that remind you of who you are and who you are choosing to become. Steady habits form the core of a strong mindset. They keep you connected to yourself instead of being lost in distractions, impulses, or stress. With steady habits, your days feel smoother. Your decisions become clearer. Your mind stays calm because your actions are aligned with your values. This is why habits matter. They create a foundation no temporary circumstance can shake. To build steady habits, you have to begin with honesty. Identify the behaviors that are quietly stealing your stability. Staying up too late, wasting your first hour of the day, avoiding responsibilities until they grow into pressure, ignoring your mental or emotional needs, letting small tasks pile up until they overwhelm you. These behaviors feel small in the moment, but over time, they become loud. They create disorder. They drain your energy. They weaken your sense of control. Acknowledging these patterns gives you the power to rewrite them. You don't need to judge yourself. You only need to become aware and choose better. Steady habits don't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler they are, the stronger their impact becomes. Drinking water first thing in the morning, planning your day, keeping your space clean, taking a few minutes to breathe, stretch, or reset your mind. These small actions send a powerful message. You are in control. You are responsible. You are choosing stability. Over time, these actions build discipline, and discipline strengthens stability. One of the most underestimated habits is managing your environment. Your surroundings influence your inner world more than you realize. A cluttered room creates tension. A chaotic environment scatters your thoughts. But an organized space calms your mind and sharpens your focus. Your environment doesn't need to be perfect, just supportive. A few minutes of order each day protects your peace. Another powerful habit is consistent physical movement. You don't need intense workouts. You only need regular movement that keeps your body alive and your mind alert. Movement releases stress. Movement increases energy. Movement sharpens your thinking. It strengthens resilience, and resilience builds stability. Eating with intention is another cornerstone of stability. When you ignore your body's needs, your mood, focus, and patience fade. But when you fuel yourself with care, you support your emotional strength. Food is energy. Energy affects clarity. Clarity affects stability. When you nourish your body, you nourish your mind. Setting boundaries is also a habit, a life-shaping one. When you allow everyone and everything to pull at your attention, you lose your center. But when you decide what truly deserves your time, you reclaim control. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines. They protect your peace. They keep your inner world steady. Another essential habit, checking in with yourself every day. Life pulls you in many directions, but a few quiet moments to ask, "How am I?" brings you back to yourself. You notice your emotions before they spill over. You understand what needs attention. You regain your balance. This single habit can prevent countless moments of stress. A simple but powerful habit is completing small tasks immediately. People create unnecessary pressure by avoiding small responsibilities. These unfinished tasks accumulate into stress. When you handle them right away, you remove mental clutter. You feel more capable. You feel more organized. You build a rhythm of responsibility, and this rhythm strengthens your confidence. Consistency is the heart of every habit. A habit practiced occasionally does nothing. A habit practiced regularly becomes powerful. Stability grows when your habits become steady enough to continue even on unmotivated days. When you follow your habits despite your mood, you build self-trust. And self-trust is one of the strongest forms of stability you can ever have. Steady habits also help you handle stress more effectively. When your routine supports your well-being, stress does not break you. You recognize challenges as temporary. You stay centered, calm, and focused because your habits keep you steady inside. As these habits grow, your life begins to change. You feel more organized, more grounded, more at peace. You no longer rely on random bursts of motivation. Your habits carry you. Your actions begin to reflect your goals. Your behavior aligns with your values. Your life becomes intentional instead of chaotic. Stability becomes your natural state. Steady habits also shape your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who takes responsibility, someone who invests in their growth. This identity creates confidence. Confidence strengthens consistency. Consistency creates progress. Inner stability doesn't mean life becomes easy. It means you become steady enough to face life with clarity. When your habits are strong, you cannot be easily shaken. You remain calm even when things go wrong. You move with intention instead of panic. Building steady habits is an act of self-respect. It says, I value my well-being. I honor my growth. I am building the person I want to become. These habits shape your character. They shape your future. They strengthen your inner world. And when your inner world is steady, success becomes easier to reach because you are no longer operating from chaos, but from clarity. Steady habits are simple, but their impact is powerful. They support your stability, strengthen your discipline, and help you grow into someone who can lead yourself with confidence and purpose. Chapter 5. Face daily. Discomfort to expand your mental strength. Growth begins the moment you stop running from discomfort. A person becomes stronger not by avoiding challenges, but by stepping into them with intention. Discomfort is not punishment. It is the natural language of growth. Every single day, life gives you moments that test your patience, your discipline, your confidence, and your willingness to follow through. When you avoid these moments, nothing changes. But when you face them, you gain a mental strength that will carry you through every challenge that waits ahead. Most people are waiting for life to become easier before they commit to becoming better. But ease does not build strength. Comfort does not build character. Only discomfort does. Daily discomfort shows up in subtle ways. Waking up earlier than your mind wants, starting a task you keep postponing, speaking the truth even when your voice shakes, holding your boundaries when someone pushes against them, putting in that extra effort when your energy feels low. These moments seem small, but they shape something big, your inner character. Discomfort exposes your limitations, but it also offers you the chance to rise above them. Every time you choose discomfort over avoidance, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you believed. Mental strength isn't built through comfort. It is built through choosing growth instead of numbing your fears. When you face discomfort daily, you learn to stay calm in unfamiliar situations. You learn to stay focused when work becomes tiring. You learn to stay grounded when anxiety whispers in your ear. You learn to keep moving even when every emotion pulls you backward. This is the strength that makes a person steady, dependable, unshakable. The problem is that people misunderstand discomfort. They think it means something is wrong, but discomfort is not danger. It is the signal that you are entering a new level. Trying something new feels uncomfortable. Breaking old habits feels uncomfortable. Practicing discipline feels uncomfortable. Challenging your excuses feels uncomfortable. This isn't a sign to retreat. It is a sign that you are stepping outside the walls that kept you stuck. Mental strength grows when you stop reacting automatically and start responding intentionally. Discomfort will try to make you panic, rush, avoid, or give up. But when you pause, breathe, and stay present, you train your mind to handle pressure with clarity. You build resilience. You develop the power to stay calm inside chaos. Over time, discomfort loses its power over you. You move through it with control. You trust yourself more deeply because you know you can handle difficult moments. Facing daily discomfort also reveals your hidden abilities. Many people never discover their strength because they never challenge themselves. They stay in routines that feel safe but keep them stagnant. But when you choose discomfort, you uncover abilities that were buried under years of avoidance. You learn that you adapt faster than you thought. You learn that your mind can stay steady longer than you imagine. You learn that uncertainty can't stop you unless you let it. Another powerful part of discomfort is emotional courage. Most people run from their own emotions. Nervousness, stress, fear, overwhelm. They distract, they escape, they avoid. But emotions only grow stronger when you avoid them. When you face them, you understand them. You learn how to guide yourself through them instead of being ruled by them. This is emotional maturity, and it gives you true mental freedom. Discomfort also teaches patience. Most people want fast results. They want growth without inconvenience. They want progress without pressure. But real growth takes time. When you face discomfort, you learn to stay committed even when progress is slow. You learn to trust the process. You learn to value long-term rewards over short-term relief. This patience strengthens your mindset more than any success ever could. Another gift of discomfort is confidence. Confidence doesn't come from easy days. Confidence comes from hard moments. When you do something difficult and realize you survived it. Every time you face discomfort, your belief in yourself grows. You stop doubting, you stop hesitating, you start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. This confidence spreads into every part of your life. Daily discomfort also breaks the patterns that weaken you. Avoiding conflict, procrastinating, giving up quickly, fearing new things, seeking comfort instead of growth. These patterns limit your life, but discomfort breaks them. It replaces fear with courage, delay with action, and insecurity with strength. You become a new version of yourself, a version capable of leading your life with clarity and power. To build mental strength through discomfort, you don't need extreme challenges. You only need small, daily decisions that push you beyond what feels comfortable. Finishing a task without drifting. Having the honest conversation you've been avoiding. Staying consistent with your habits. Taking responsibility instead of making excuses. These simple decisions shape a powerful mind. Another essential part of discomfort is accepting that effort is required. Growth is not accidental. Progress is not passive. You must participate in your discomfort. You must step forward even when it feels unpleasant. Over time, the discomfort becomes familiar. It loses its sting. It stops controlling you. You move through it with strength instead of fear. Discomfort also teaches presence. When something feels hard, your mind tries to escape. Into worry, into distraction, into fear. But when you stay present, you gain control. You realize discomfort is temporary. You realize you are capable. You realize the moment becomes easier when you face it fully. Mental strength grows every time you choose truth over avoidance, growth over comfort, courage over excuses. It grows when you stop waiting for life to get easier and start choosing to get stronger. Every day brings opportunities to expand your mind. When you choose discomfort, you build resilience that outlasts any single challenge. You create a stable inner foundation that cannot be shaken. A strong mind is not created through perfect conditions. It is created through daily courage, through the moments where you refuse to let discomfort stop you. This is how you become someone who leads themselves with clarity, confidence, and unbreakable strength. Chapter 6. Correct your patterns to upgrade. Your everyday behavior, every person carries patterns. Patterns that shape how you think, how you act, how you respond. Some patterns lift you higher, others quietly hold you back. The moment you begin correcting your patterns, you take control of your life. You stop repeating behaviors that no longer serve you and start building habits that match the person you are becoming. Upgrading your everyday behavior starts with one realization. Your patterns create your results. If you want different results, you must be willing to examine yourself with honesty and patience. Too many people want change, yet continue moving through life on autopilot. They follow the same routines, react the same way to stress, and wonder why nothing shifts. Correcting patterns begins with awareness. Notice how you respond to pressure. Notice how you react when life doesn't go your way. Notice the thoughts that replay in your mind, the habits that steal your time, the choices that don't align with who you want to be. Growth becomes possible when you stop treating behavior as accidental and start seeing it as something you can shape. Even unhelpful patterns feel comfortable because they are familiar. Changing them requires intention. It requires breaking automatic reactions and replacing them with choices that align with your values. This process is deliberate. It is slow, but it is powerful. Every corrected pattern strengthens your self-control. Every small adjustment builds trust in your own ability to grow. Begin by understanding your patterns. Most of them emerge as responses to stress, fear, insecurity, or routine. If you avoid difficult tasks, perhaps it is fear holding you back. If you react impulsively, perhaps it is old habits of unregulated emotion. Knowing the roots of your behavior gives you insight. It makes change possible instead of a battle fought blindly. Correcting patterns demands honesty. You cannot upgrade your life while denying the habits that hold you back. This is not self-blame, it is self-responsibility. When you face your patterns openly, you honor your future self. You show respect for the life you are building. Replacing old patterns with better alternatives is essential. Removing a habit without replacement leaves space for it to return. Instead, replace it. Procrastination becomes action. Start with 5 minutes. Impulsive reactions become pauses and steady breathing. Comparison becomes reflection on your own path. Small replacements, repeated over time, teach your mind a new way of responding. They create lasting transformation. Repetition is the key. A new pattern only becomes strong when it is practiced. Patience matters. Some days will feel easy. Some days will feel frustrating. But each time you choose the upgraded behavior, you weaken the old pattern. Over time, the new becomes natural. Accountability strengthens change. Track your progress. Reflect on your actions. Hold yourself responsible for your own growth. This awareness prevents you from slipping back into autopilot, even when life becomes busy or stressful. Letting go of old identities is also vital. Many hold on to patterns because they believe it defines them. This is who I am, but you are not your patterns. You are the one who shapes them. Release the belief that change is impossible, and you create space for growth. Upgrading behavior requires courage. You will face discomfort. You will admit mistakes. You will resist the pull of old, easy routines. And every moment of effort strengthens your inner stability. Correcting your patterns changes your life. You stop feeling powerless. You stop feeling lost. You begin to feel capable, grounded, aligned, because your actions now reflect your intentions instead of your impulses. Behavior upgrades improve your relationships. Better communication, stronger listening, calmer responses, mature conflict resolution. You create healthier interactions. You reduce tension. You build trust and respect. Your self-image transforms. You begin to see yourself as someone who grows, someone who evolves, someone who takes responsibility. Confidence grows. Determination deepens. Intentional behavior creates better decisions. When you act consciously instead of automatically, your choices support your long-term goals. Your mind feels lighter. Your focus sharpens. Your life aligns with your values. Correcting your patterns does not demand perfection. You do not need to change everything at once. Start with one behavior, one repeated choice, one upgraded pattern. Over time, these small, deliberate changes transform your life. Your behavior becomes stronger. Your reactions become controlled. Your mindset becomes resilient. A person who commits to correcting patterns becomes someone capable of leading themselves with intention. They no longer feel trapped by old routines. They build a life shaped by conscious choice rather than unconscious habit. This is how everyday behavior becomes powerful. This is how growth becomes sustainable. This is how transformation happens, one upgraded pattern at a time. Chapter 7. Protect your attention to control your life. Pace. Your attention is the engine of your life. Where it flows, your energy flows. Where it drifts, your life drifts. Scattered attention creates chaos, rushed days, frustration, stress. Focused attention creates clarity, purpose, calm, control. Protecting your attention is not optional. It is the first step to controlling the pace of your life, because your attention shapes your decisions, your productivity, your emotions, your self-respect, and ultimately, the rhythm of your existence. Most people do not lose control of their lives all at once. They lose it in fragments. A few wasted minutes scrolling here, a mindless impulse there, a habit of reacting instantly, endlessly, small leaks, seemingly harmless. Yet over time, they drain focus, patience, energy. And suddenly life feels too fast, too heavy, too overwhelming. Protecting your attention begins with clarity. You must decide what deserves your focus and what does not. Without this, distraction always wins. With it, you create a filter, a shield, a guide for your mind. You stop chasing every notification, every fleeting thought, every impulse. You choose what earns your time, and in doing so, you slow your life to a pace you can manage. You create space to breathe. You feel grounded instead of scattered. Saying no is part of this. Many people overload themselves because they cannot set boundaries. They agree to commitments they do not want. They give time to conversations that drain them. They let other people's urgency override their own priorities. Protecting your attention means saying no without guilt. It is not rejection, it is preservation. It is how you maintain energy for what truly matters. You must also reduce unnecessary noise. The world is designed to pull your mind in 1,000 directions. Turn off notifications, limit time on digital platforms. Create moments of quiet where your mind can reset. These silences are not empty, they are fertile. They sharpen your focus. They strengthen your decisions. Attention without direction drifts. When your mind drifts, your pace becomes inconsistent. Too fast, fueled by stress. Too slow, held back by hesitation. Give your attention a clear focus and your pace steadies. You move with intention instead of reaction. You stay productive without burning out. You remain calm even when life demands more than you expected. Protecting attention also means protecting influences. Some people lift your energy, others drain it. Some conversations inspire, others clutter. Some environments support focus, others destroy it. Choose wisely. Protect your inner world. Guard what you let in. Shape your surroundings to support your goals. Shape your relationships to honor your time. Shape your activities to strengthen your growth. Awareness of triggers is vital. Boredom, stress, impatience, self-doubt. These can pull your mind away from what matters. Knowing your triggers gives you the power to act before distraction strikes. You can interrupt patterns. Replace them with actions that keep you centered. This is how you control the pace of your life. Single-task focus is another tool of mastery. Multitasking creates chaos. Single-tasking creates clarity. When you give one task your full attention, you move faster, think sharper, feel steadier. Your mind becomes anchored. Your pace becomes controlled. Transitions matter too. Most people jump from task to task, dragging mental clutter along. Pause between activities, even a few seconds. Disconnect from the previous moment. Prepare for the next. These small pauses smooth your rhythm. They make your actions deliberate. They reduce chaos. Physical and emotional care is essential. A tired, hungry, or stressed mind cannot focus. Rest. Eat. Check in with your emotions. A strong mind can pay attention. A weary mind drifts. Protecting attention means protecting your well-being. Not everything demands an immediate reaction. Constant responding accelerates life, creates pressure. Protecting attention gives you choice. You respond when it matters. You move at a pace that preserves your clarity. You remain steady. You remain in control. Protecting attention protects peace. You no longer let every stimulus dictate your mood. Small frustrations no longer ruin your day. You create mental space. You anchor yourself in calmness. And calmness naturally sets your pace. Steady, deliberate, strong. This control transforms life. You become more productive, more present, more in tune with yourself. You finish tasks with confidence. You communicate with clarity. You make better decisions because your mind has room to think. You stop feeling pulled in every direction. Your pace becomes intentional. Your growth becomes consistent. Your discipline becomes stronger. Your future becomes clearer. The person who protects attention gains a rare treasure: control over their inner state, control over their time, control over their energy. This is freedom. This is mastery. This is the power to lead your life instead of being led by distraction. When you guard your attention, you honor yourself. You respect your time. You create a life that moves at a pace you can manage. And when your pace is controlled, every step you take builds momentum, strength, and clarity. This is how you regain power over your life, by protecting the attention that shapes every moment. Chapter 8. Challenge your limits to grow your self-respect. Every time you challenge a limit, you earn a piece of your self-respect. Limits are not always visible. They hide in habits, in old fears, in beliefs forged by past experiences. Many people stop at these invisible walls. They assume the boundaries are permanent. They assume comfort is safety. They stay where they are. But when you push past a limit, something extraordinary happens. You discover strength you never knew existed. You realize those walls were never real. They were mental constructs waiting to be expanded. And with each step beyond them, your self-respect grows. Not from words, not from praise, not from external approval, but from your own action. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Self-respect does not bloom in comfort. It grows in discomfort, in the moments when you push past fear, hesitation, and the easy path. Each step beyond your comfort zone sends a message. I am worth the effort. I honor my growth. I trust my courage. This trust changes everything. It changes how you stand, how you speak, how you move through the world. You stop seeing yourself as someone who avoids challenges. You begin to see yourself as someone who rises to meet them. Challenging limits does not require dramatic or extreme acts. It begins in the small, intentional choices of everyday life. Speaking up when you usually stay silent. Finishing a task you usually postpone. Trying something new when uncertainty lingers. These small acts shape identity. They break patterns that once kept you trapped. They stretch the mind, strengthen the spirit, and expand your potential. Fear often hides behind excuses. Failure is not the enemy. Avoiding effort is. Each time you try, even if you stumble, you grow, you learn, you gain experience. You prove to yourself that progress comes from action, not avoidance. This is how inner confidence is built. Confidence no external approval can ever give. Discipline walks hand in hand with challenging limits. It asks you to push through resistance, to follow through on intention, to honor commitments to yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, trust grows. Every time you rise to a challenge, your self-image strengthens. You begin to see yourself as reliable, capable, strong. And with this identity shift comes certainty. You move differently. You decide differently. You live differently. Limits often disguise themselves as protection. They whisper, stay safe, don't risk it. But staying within comfort slowly erodes confidence. Avoidance teaches weakness. Challenge teaches resilience. When you face uncertainty and move through it, you earn strength that lasts. Facing limits also tempers your emotions. Discomfort tests patience. It demands calm under pressure. It forces clarity when nerves threaten to overwhelm. This emotional mastery becomes part of your power. You carry yourself differently. You move through life with composure. You navigate difficulty with awareness instead of fear. Ownership is born from challenging limits. You stop waiting for change to happen. You stop blaming circumstances. You stop expecting motivation to appear from the outside. You take responsibility. You step forward. You claim the life you are capable of creating, and this ownership builds self-respect that is unshakable. Awareness of patterns is key. Notice where you hold back. Notice where hesitation or avoidance creeps in. These are the limits waiting to be challenged. Interrupt them. Step into discomfort. Make it a habit. Let each challenge train your mind, your body, your will. Your environment matters. Surround yourself with those who strive. Surround yourself with effort, not complacency. When growth exists around you, your mind begins to believe in greater possibilities. You take bolder steps. You try harder. You stretch further. Patience is essential. Growth is repetition, not instant transformation. Some days you move fast, some days slow. Every step matters. Every effort counts. Every moment of persistence strengthens your belief in your own potential. Fear often masquerades as logic. I'm not ready. I'm not capable. Push past it. Capability is forged in action. Readiness is built through effort. Every time you act despite fear, a mental barrier crumbles. Every breakthrough rewrites the story of who you are. As you continue to challenge limits, life gains purpose. You no longer drift. Your goals demand effort. Your standards reflect respect for yourself. Your growth becomes meaningful because it is yours, earned, chosen, intentional. The person who challenges their limits becomes unshakable. They trust themselves. They stand firm in decisions. They move with confidence. They respect their own strength because they built it through action, effort, and courage. Self-respect is not given. It is earned. It is built one challenge at a time, one choice beyond fear, one step beyond comfort. Challenging your limits is self-leadership. It expands your mind, strengthens your confidence, proves your potential. When you rise above the boundaries you once accepted, you create a life that reflects your true capacity. You grow because you choose to grow. You respect yourself because you earn that respect. One challenge at a time. Chapter 9. Falling down without losing yourself. Life is unpredictable. Even the strongest, most disciplined people stumble. Even the most focused minds face moments when the ground shifts beneath them. Falling is not failure. It is inevitable. It is part of growth. What matters is how you rise. What matters is whether you lose yourself in the fall or use it to strengthen the person you are becoming. Every day brings challenges that test your patience, your clarity, and your calm. Sometimes life pushes harder than expected. You miss a goal, make a mistake, or encounter resistance that feels too heavy. In these moments, the natural reaction is panic, regret, or self-blame. It is easy to spiral, to let the fall define you, but you do not have to. Falling down is an opportunity, a chance to learn, a chance to strengthen your inner foundation. When you meet life's setbacks with awareness, you rise with more clarity than before. You learn that your self-worth is not tied to success. It is tied to effort. It is tied to the courage to keep moving even when progress feels impossible. Leading yourself through a fall begins with presence. Notice what is happening. Acknowledge the emotions that arise without judgment. Frustration, disappointment, fear, sadness. They are not weaknesses. They are signals. They are guides that show you what matters, what needs attention, and where growth awaits. Pause, breathe, ground yourself in the present. When the mind races with what went wrong or I should have, bring it back to the now. This simple act interrupts chaos and gives you control over how you respond. Falling down also reveals resilience. It shows you what you are made of. Each time you rise, you strengthen the part of you that does not rely on external validation. You discover the quiet strength that comes from trusting yourself. You learn to act from clarity rather than reaction. You learn that no fall can define you unless you allow it to. The path to rising begins with responsibility. You cannot change the fall itself, But you can control your response. You can take action instead of giving in to despair. You can correct mistakes, adjust plans, and move forward with purpose. This ownership transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Emotions will always follow you. They will rise and fall like waves. But when you guide them instead of letting them control you, you remain grounded. You remain steady even as the world around you sways. You speak calmly. You think clearly. You choose intentionally. Self-respect grows in these moments. Every time you recover with awareness and composure, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every time you rise without losing your integrity, you reinforce your trust in who you are. Every stumble becomes evidence of your courage, not a mark of defeat. Daily practice strengthens this ability. Reflection, journaling, mindful pauses, breathing exercises, they are all tools to stabilize your mind. Even small moments of grounding create a foundation that carries you through larger storms. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to handle setbacks without losing yourself. Environment matters too. Surround yourself with people, spaces, and routines that support recovery. Choose influences that lift your energy instead of draining it. Choose habits that reinforce resilience instead of creating chaos. When your environment supports you, falling down no longer feels catastrophic. It becomes temporary. It becomes manageable. It becomes another step forward. Falling down without losing yourself is not about perfection. It is about guidance. It is about awareness. It is about staying rooted in your values, even when life shakes your foundation. Over time, this ability transforms the way you live. You become a person who moves with calm even when the world accelerates. You become someone who acts with intention even when emotions rise. You become someone who trusts themselves no matter the circumstances. Setbacks no longer define your narrative. Your response does, your choices do. Your self-respect does. Rising after a fall teaches something priceless. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you give yourself credit for. And no stumble, no mistake, no moment of chaos can take that away. This is the essence of grounded strength: to fall, to feel, to learn, and to rise every time with clarity, composure, and unwavering self-trust. This is how a person leads themselves, through life's storms, through life's challenges, without losing themselves. Chapter 10. Becoming someone you can trust. True growth is built on trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your choices, trust in the path you create. The person who can rely on themselves in every situation is unstoppable because their inner foundation is unshakable. Becoming someone you can trust is not about luck, talent, or fleeting motivation. It is about the deliberate decisions you make each day, decisions that align with who you want to be. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline over distraction, honesty over excuses, effort over ease, you are training yourself to be reliable, not just to the world, but to yourself. Consistency transforms intentions into identity. When your actions match your words and your habits reflect your values, you become someone your own mind respects. Progress that lasts is never sudden. It is forged through repeated small decisions, each one strengthening your character, your resilience, your self-respect. Long-lasting growth does not happen by hoping or wishing. It happens because you treat every choice as an opportunity to build trust in yourself. Awareness is the first step. Notice your automatic reactions. Notice when fear tempts you to avoid effort. Notice when impatience tries to push you toward shortcuts. Awareness allows you to step out of autopilot and into intentional living. It gives you the power to shape your responses rather than being shaped by circumstances. Next comes standards. Standards are the compass of your self-trust. They are the rules you set for yourself, not to limit you, but to guide you. Standards ensure your choices are aligned with your values even when motivation wanes. They make commitment stronger than desire, perseverance stronger than convenience. Training your choices means choosing what builds you rather than what comforts you. Easy choices give temporary relief. Meaningful choices build enduring strength. Every time you choose what is right over what is easy, You reinforce your reliability to yourself, to your life, and to the world around you. Mistakes are inevitable. You will sometimes choose poorly. You will stumble. But self-trust grows not from perfection. It grows from your ability to correct course quickly, to acknowledge errors without shame, and to continue moving forward with intention. Each recovery strengthens the inner voice that says, I am capable. I can handle this. I rise again. Emotional maturity is another pillar of trust. Your feelings will always fluctuate. Your energy will rise and fall. Your circumstances will challenge you. But the person who can guide their emotions, pause before reacting, and choose actions based on clarity rather than impulse becomes someone unshakable. They are steady when the world pulls in every direction. They are grounded when chaos surrounds them. Time is another measure of self-trust. When you guard it fiercely, using it intentionally rather than giving it away to distractions, you prove to yourself that your priorities matter. You show that your life is worthy of care, attention, and purpose. Every choice about how you spend your time becomes a brick in the foundation of a life you can rely on. Your environment also shapes the person you become. The people you surround yourself with, the habits you adopt, the spaces you occupy, they all influence your decisions. By choosing influences that inspire growth, you strengthen your ability to make wise choices. By removing what diminishes you, you protect your integrity. Self-trust thrives in the company of clarity, discipline, and purpose. Over time, these practices create an identity shift. You no longer doubt your ability to follow through. You no longer hesitate when action is required. You no longer give power to excuses. You become someone who can count on themselves in every situation. Patience is a key ally. Progress does not happen overnight. Long-lasting growth requires steady, consistent effort. When you stay committed despite slow results, you build endurance. You develop a mindset that withstands setbacks, distractions, and pressure. Patience allows your trust in yourself to deepen because you know the path is not determined by speed. It is determined by steadiness. Every choice becomes a step forward. Every step forward becomes momentum. Momentum becomes habit. Habit becomes identity. And identity becomes the person you trust, the person you can rely on when life demands more than you think you can give. Becoming someone you can trust is the ultimate form of self-leadership. It is how you create a life of clarity, purpose, and consistency. It is how you transform daily decisions into long-term progress. It is how you rise, fall, and rise again without losing yourself. The person who masters their choices, who aligns action with values, who guides their emotions, and who moves with patience and intention is unstoppable. They are steady when others falter. They are clear when others waver. They are confident because their trust in themselves cannot be shaken. This is the power of becoming someone you can trust. It is not a gift. It is earned one choice at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. When you build this trust within, the world cannot move you. You become the person you always needed, a leader of yourself, the architect of your own life, and the steady force capable of creating progress that lasts.